It is a very happy Thursday. The Red Sox are, well, a Houston loss this afternoon. They could take the field tonight, already clinched. And I talked about this a lot on my podcast at Red Sox Now. And before we go any further, subscribe to my personal YouTube here. And you can subscribe to my Red Sox podcast at Red Sox Now, which is on YouTube. And gaining a lot of momentum. We've got a great amount of followers, which is awesome. Thanks to all of you. But I talked about this a lot, the Al Davis mentality. I didn't care what the other teams did. Now, has it helped what the Tigers and Astros have done? Absolutely. But you've gone 4-1. That's all that matters. You have gone 4-1 and put yourself in a better position. Even with the struggles of Detroit and Houston. If this was a 1-4 road trip, you would have 84 wins. Toronto would be at the top of the American League. And you would be tied with Houston on the outside looking in. 2-3 on this road trip. 2 less losses. That wouldn't be fun either, right? You'd have 85 wins. You'd be tied with Detroit, who you don't have the head-to-head with. So certainly, and I said this, it helps. No doubt it helps that those teams have lost, but winning is all that mattered. Houston could win today. You win tonight, it's over. I really want it to end today. It is a sinking ship in Houston and Detroit. They are not trending in the right direction. Detroit made a lot of moves. Cleveland lost their closer to gambling. They DFA'd and released Carlos Santana. They traded Paul Sewald to Detroit. They got rid of Shane Bieber, yet they are playing some of the best baseball in the big leagues down the stretch. And it just feels like they have essentially a 2-game lead over Detroit because they have the head-to-head, and they are trying to beat Detroit for a 6th straight time. Just think about how bad it's been for Detroit. If they just won one of these games, they would be leading the Central. A huge collapse. But here's something that I thought of this morning as soon as I woke up. And maybe not as soon as I woke up. What do you think the executives at Netflix are thinking? I'm sure they have marketing meetings. Now, the Red Sox documentary was extremely successful. But I have to imagine in some room where they are talking, they said, man, we were off a year. Now, I'm a big movie guy and TV show guy, and they always look for things to ride on, to use as an underlying theme. You probably already know where I'm going with this. The theme, the intro would have been the plane ride. And they either would have had that, starting with that day, and then going backwards. And I think they would have used that whole plane ride that the Red Sox went on. I mean, they started doing this as symbolism to the rocky end of 2025, right? The literal and figurative storytelling that they would have been able to do. They would have absolutely used that. That would have absolutely been the theme. I would love to talk to someone at Netflix, please. Right? And that is such a softball theme. And it would have been, they would have kept using that. And it would have been a perfect final episode going 2-4. And you'd probably hear the plane stuff in the background. 2-4 against the Yankees in Oakland. And then the plane settling course and landing on a playoff spot. Hopefully they get it. But that's how it would have ended. Right? I mean, I could sit in one of those executive meetings right now. I'd love to. You know, they should have just kept the cameras rolling for another year. Houston plays this afternoon. If they lose, it's over. The Red Sox will clinch. I'll be watching that this afternoon. Why not? Thanks for watching this 5-minute update, as always. We'll talk to you on Friday. Go Sox.